Hey everyone. So what if I told you there's a way to pull in double-digit yields, around 11% right now, regardless whether we are in a bull or bear market, while everyone is losing 20, 30, 40, 50% in the downturn, and almost no volatility. I'm talking about STRC, strategy, ticker MSTR's variable rate Series A perpetual stretch preferred stock. I know it's a mouthful, I get it, but don't worry. Today, we're breaking down exactly what STRC is, why it's built for income in any type of market, and how it will play a pivotal role in my portfolio once I begin to rotate from bull market mode to bear market mode. If you're income focused and comfortable with exposure to crypto adjacent stocks, stick around, whether Canadian or American. This might be one of the most interesting yield plays going on right now that no one is talking about. Because frankly, not many people even really understand or even heard of MSTR outside of investing circles on social media, let alone its preferred equities and how they function. So give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into today's content. Now, for those of you that don't know me by now, hi, I'm Patrick. I've been an investor for over a decade, an option seller for about 7 years, and I've been investing in crypto for 7 years as well. I've grown my portfolio to over $250,000, and I run a little school community by the same name as this channel. This is the best way to support the channel, so if you want to go check that out, link is in the description below. Okay, so you may have a million questions. What is STRC? How are they able to pay an 11% yield during a bear market where everything is crashing 20, 30, 40%? Is this sustainable? So quick review right from the top. What is strategy? Strategy, ticker MSTR, in case you have been living under a rock and not paying attention to the financial space, is a Bitcoin treasury company. They use debt to buy Bitcoin and hold it forever. Very simple. Now, what is STRC? Well, Strategy has a group of preferred share stocks, of which there is STRF, STRC, STRK, STRD, and the newest addition, STRE. And STRE is pretty much STRC, but for the European market. And what is a preferred stock, you may ask? Well, a preferred stock is a type of equity that gives holders a higher claim on dividends and assets than common shareholders. Now, if you've watched any of my videos mentioning the preferred equity STRC, you would know that the whole mission of a product like STRC is to pay a 10 to 11% dividend yield on a monthly basis and strip all of the volatility away from MSTR with it. Meaning you get a stable $100 a share stock that pays a 10 to 12% or 10 to 11% dividend yield in US dollars, mimicking a stable bond, while paying out 2 to 3x what the golden standard US Treasury bonds would pay you right now. So basically, STRC is offering the benefits of a government bond, which is stability, and offering a dividend that is 2 to 3, 4 times higher. And all of this is backed and over collateralized by the Bitcoin that Strategy holds. The closest thing you could get to a Bitcoin bond today. Now you may be saying, Patrick, you're telling me I can buy STRC, get little to no volatility in the stock price, and get paid what an S&P 500 income fund, leveraged income fund by the way, would pay me in distributions minus all the risk of stock price fluctuations? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Well, you would be right, except in this case, Michael Saylor, the executive chairman of Strategy, MSTR, the company lays it out in plain English. You buy STRC, you give Strategy the cash for that investment. Strategy buys Bitcoin with it, and in return pays you a 10 to 12% dividend in perpetuity, as long as you hold it. Bitcoin appreciates at 30 to 40% cumulative annual growth rate, and so Strategy pockets the difference. Very simple. And these preferred equities are perpetual, meaning STRC is a Bitcoin bond with no maturity date, meaning you can literally hold it forever, get paid forever, and the bond never comes due. It never matures. So let's recap. Let's give you an overview of what we just discussed here. Okay, so STRC launched in mid-2025 as variable rate Series A perpetual stretch preferred stock. And these are the key features, okay? So par value of the stock is $100 per share. And the entire goal of the stock is to keep it at $100 a share. Now, the dividends are variable rate, meaning Strategy can change the dividend rate as price gets too high or too low, paid monthly in cash. And as of January 2026, it's running at 11% annualized yield on that $100 par stock value. That's $11 per share per year, or about 91.7 cents per month in USD. Now, how does the dividend rate work? It's adjustable monthly to keep the stock trading near $100 par, helps manage volatility, and encourages at the market issuances when it hits par. So right now it's trading right around $100, so the effective yield is close to that 11%. So if the stock dips, strategy will probably increase the dividend yield to entice more demand, bringing the price of STRC back up to $100 per share. And if STRC goes above $100 a share, well, this is where it gets interesting, because Strategy, the company, sells the stock to the market to raise cash to buy Bitcoin. And if it stays too high above $100 a share, Strategy may cut the dividend lower to decrease demand to, again, keep the price around $100 a share. STRC is also a perpetual stock. It means no end date, no maturity date, like a bond that never matures. So you can hold it forever and get paid forever, as long as the company and as long as STRC exists. And lastly, STRC is collateralized by the balance sheet of MSTR. So there's no direct claim on the Bitcoin pile itself, but it's a claim on residual company assets. But since Strategy's value is basically Bitcoin holdings minus liabilities, higher BTC helps everyone. Now, what's the genius of this entire strategy? Well, MSTR uses proceeds from selling STRC via the at the market offering when near par value or just above par value to buy more Bitcoin. In a bear market, if Bitcoin dips, they can still issue STRC at the market offerings and buy Bitcoin at favorable levels over time without going into debt. But the high yield attracts income buyers like us, who are sticky customers and stick around regardless of the volatility of Bitcoin's price, since the over-collateralization gives many fixed income investors the safety and the reassurance needed to stay in the preferred equity long term. Now you may be asking, well, this sounds really shady and it will probably depeg from $100 a share in a Bitcoin bear market. Well, you would be right if there wasn't a 6 times over collateralization of STRC with the Bitcoin from the balance sheet and a constant bid on STRC by big whales and institutions. But guess what? Only a few months after its release, BlackRock already owns over $200 million of STRC in its fixed income ETFs. And they're gonna own a lot more once they realize how safe and over collateralized STRC is with the Bitcoin on MSTR's balance sheet. Not to mention, BlackRock already actually owns over $400 million of all of MSTR's preferred stocks in its ETFs altogether. So that's the whole suite of STRF, STRC, STRK, and STRD. Now, at the end of the day, is it a risk? Sure, you could say so. It's a brand new product. It's a brand new strategy and it's never been done before. So we don't know what we don't know. We're in pioneer territory here. Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, if you want to outperform your peers, you need to be a risk taker. And I'm telling you right now, STRC will make up a huge portion of my portfolio in the next year or so. Perpetual income of 10 to 11, 12% per year, no matter what market condition we're in. In my eyes, that beats any income fund out there on a risk-adjusted basis. It is the least volatile while offering a yield that rivals most leveraged income funds to date. Whether it's HYLD, HDIV, or USCL, nothing comes close on a risk-adjusted basis to STRC. And there will definitely be a big spot for it in my income portfolio once I'm ready to rotate. So tell me, what do you think about MSTR and their STRC preferred equity? If you haven't heard of it yet, what are your first thoughts? I would love to hear about them down below in the comments. And if you don't want to chat, just leave a simple smile emoji for me so that I know you made it this far in the video. Again, this video isn't meant to be a permable to get you to ape into this with me. Remember, these videos are just personal investing journals, a little peek into my brain and what I am interested in and what I am researching at the moment to try to constantly improve my portfolio and squeeze every last piece of alpha that I possibly can. Ultimately, achieve financial freedom as quickly as possible. At the end of the day, the real alpha is in the fringes, in the stuff that not many people understand or completely misunderstand. And as the markets evolve, I want to be able to keep up with the events that unfold and continue to give alpha to the world in digestible and easy to follow content. Now, if you've stuck around this long, go ahead and catch another one of my videos right over here, or check out my channel over here where you can take a look at all the other content I have to offer about investing and my personal investing journey. That's all for me today. I'm Patrick with Apex Wealth Collective. Take care. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.